Israel banned the use of cash for purchases larger than 6,000 NIS. This is roughly 1,700 USD. Um, the logic behind here, I'm not really following too well. Whether this is a COVID measure, which we saw quite a bit of actually popping up in 2020. I know places around Europe have stopped accepting cash, and this has been long before the COVID times as well. I'm just like, the logic here doesn't really make sense. The goal of the reform, according to a statement issued by Israel's tax authority, is to fight organized crime, money laundering, and tax non-compliance. Okay? Because this is like, this isn't going to do it, guys. I'm just letting you know. Criminals will figure out a way to avoid their taxes. Like, what? Truly remarkable. Truly remarkable to see the attempts of centralized government continue to try to hold on to control over your money, despite the fact that, quite frankly and quite literally, they have no right to do so other than the laws that they themselves wrote, giving themselves those rights. So I don't know what your guys'
Yeah,
thoughts are on this, but
no, it's total horseshit. People love to say that if cash was invented today, it would be made illegal immediately, and I think that's absolutely true. Um, it, I feel like so many of us are. I mean, all of us are actually. We all are in this state, and I think it's important to acknowledge that. Otherwise, you will not be able to detect as uh, the areas that you're currently blind to as it's happening. With a terrible explanation. What I'm trying to say is, we are the frog that's in the pot that's slowly boiling. While its genitals are ripped off, because uh, these changes that are made over time, desensitize people to the loss of their ability to have their own financial autonomy. And the whole idea of cash is that you are supposed to be able to use it for all matters, public and private, as legal tender. And the reason that I say that it would be banned if it was made legal today, or if it was invented today, is because it provides a very effective way for people to maintain their privacy, which is a right. It's not something that we should have to justify. And governments hate cash because of that reason. They want to have full visibility into everything that you are doing with your financial lifeblood so that they can manipulate it further. That is the prerogative of centralized financial entities. And it becomes more and more and more pressing of an issue as we, as an entire world, move towards this hyperinflated status, right? Because we're talking, we are U.S. citizens. We're talking about inflation's happening more and more in the U.S. But the reality is, this is not a new thing in large parts of the world. What is new is that all of the central banks in the world are kind of playing this game of chicken, where nobody exists in isolation. When one large country, raises interest rates or lowers them, the other central banks have to basically adapt in real time, and they have to sort of continue the party going. And so you sort of get this, like, stepping up, where everybody is inflating away the value of their currency in real time. So I think we're going to see more and more and more of this type of behavior. Israel just implemented this, and people are like, oh, I mean, I guess that makes sense, which is ridiculous. But we're going to see it in other large countries, and sure enough, I believe we'll see it in the U.S. They will attempt to do it in the U.S. It's a big problem, and we should be furious about it.
Yeah, this is just another form of capital controls. They're just trying to keep money in their economy from bleeding out into other places. This is a note, I guess, side related to this. I know this story was reported on yesterday or 2 days ago. Nigeria, right now, the peer to peer market is up over 257% in Bitcoin. So people are trading the Nigerian currency for Bitcoin. I don't know if we're going to see the same thing in Israel with this occurring, but I definitely think that's a possibility. And I think when governments do more restrictive things, especially when it comes to currency or free trade, black markets prop up that are more efficient. I mean, you see this in all the countries that have capital controls of you're only allowed to do 100, convert your currency to 100 US dollars or whatever per week or per month or whatever the restriction is. But then the black market has US dollar trading at a premium. So it takes even more of those dollars to get US dollars because the black markets are trying to provide like people escaping hyperinflation or trying to escape their currency into other currencies, there becomes a premium on what you're trying to escape to. So I think we're going to see this in Israel. We already see it in Nigeria. Nigeria has banned it, unbanned it, rebanned it, unbanned it, and the peer-to-peer markets are doing much, much better than the government trying to put regulations to try and capture some of that value.